Welcome to History Briefings. In this series, we explore the laws of power, revealing the strategies that shaped history and the consequences when they were broken. Today, we're diving into Law 2. Never put too much trust in friends. Rome was a city of grandeur, intrigue, and constant peril. Marble columns rose toward the sky, banners fluttered in the wind, and the quiet murmur of courtiers filled the shadowed halls. Power was measured not only by armies, but by loyalty. Fragile, shifting loyalty that could vanish in an instant. Caesar had conquered Gaul, crossed the Rubicon, and defeated Pompey. The Senate trembled at his name, and the Republic bent beneath his authority. And yet, among familiar faces, he believed friendship could endure where power had begun. Among these men stood Brutus, educated, respected, principled. Caesar trusted him, not because he had to, but because he wanted to. That desire, that willingness to see only loyalty and not ambition, was his flaw. Trust is a weapon, and Caesar wielded it carelessly. He had pardoned enemies, elevated former rivals, forgiven the wounds of civil war. Obligation had turned to resentment. Cassius watched closely. The old aristocracy whispered in shadowed halls. Fear of a single man holding the reins of Rome spread like fire, and Caesar ignored it, believing that mercy and familiarity would protect him. Day after day, he moved through the halls, pacing grand corridors, gesturing over scrolls, draped in deep crimson robes. Mid-ground figures observed quietly. Aides leaned closer, whispering. He failed to see the tension simmering in every corner, the quiet calculations of men who envied him, who feared him, who plotted. And then there was Brutus, loyal, conflicted, torn between affection and ambition. Caesar's trust became vulnerability. On the Ides of March, in the theater of Pompey, Caesar walked unarmed, surrounded by men he had called friends. Blades flashed. Shouts echoed off marble. Chaos consumed the chamber. There was Brutus, the final fracture. Not the steel, but the betrayal. Caesar covered his face with his toga, preserving dignity even in death. Rome's greatest general, the master of armies and strategy, had fallen not to distant enemies, but to those he had placed closest to his heart. The Republic was drenched in blood. Caesar had conquered Gaul, outmaneuvered generals, and humbled rivals. Yet he had underestimated proximity. He had mistaken affection for allegiance, sentiment for structural loyalty. The laws of power are unyielding. Never put too much trust in friends. Learn how to use enemies. From marble halls to blood-soaked steps, the story of Caesar and Brutus stands as both a warning and a lesson. Power is fragile, fleeting, and hungry. One must see past sentiment, beyond loyalty, past desire, to understand the world as it truly is. Even the greatest can fall when trust is placed blindly. History teaches us why this law endures, why wisdom and vigilance are more reliable than affection, and why ambition, unchecked by caution, can turn even friends into executioners. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to follow this series as we continue exploring the laws of power through history.